good afternoon, or good evening, depending on what time you're watching this, Rock Hill and the world. I'm Chris Corrado here with rockhillvideo.com, and today we have a special guest on. We have pro boxer, and he's a coach too, Chameir Rice. He's going to come on and talk about his boxing and upcoming fight that's going to be at the end of this month. And we already know this is a political show, so he is going to share some comments on his beliefs on some questions I'm going to ask him. As I always like to say at the beginning of every show, this is an open forum for my guests to talk about the issues. There's no bashing, there's no praising. Everyone gets an equal shot to share their thoughts on whatever it might be. So just to get things started, Chameir, how you doing?
Good, Chris. How are you?
I'm doing great, man. So Chameir is going to talk about boxing and his early life. I've known him for a good while. We've actually done some sparring. The first time I sparred him, we went about 3 minutes and I was dead. And I started to question whether I want to keep boxing. But I decided I liked it, so I keep going. He's really great, and he's a really good guy. So, Chameir, what would you like to share about your personal life, your upbringing, where you're from?
Okay. Well, I'm 30 years experienced. I'm from Spartanburg, South Carolina. Right now I'm residing in Rock Hill. I'm father of three, 2 boys and a girl. I've been boxing myself for about 7 years now, in the gym consistently, but I've been around it all my life. My father, he boxed. He taught me a lot. I learned from him just watching him, how to go and be hard work and have dedication.
So you started as a child?
Yes, as a child. As a child, I was watching him. He taught me a lot of things, especially about form and technique.
Awesome. So your dad taught you a lot about boxing. What else? Why else do you box? What made you decide to keep it going?
It's a passion. I like the exclusive. I guess you can say I'm an adrenaline junkie. I like to show my skill off and see who else has skills anywhere close to mine. Just the rush of being in there, but at the same time being outside of the ring at the same time. It's a crazy experience. If anybody knows you, they know that you have to be focused inside, but also be aware of your outside ring, because you have to listen to your corner. Stay extra pair of eyes.
Okay. And I'm not sure if you're still in the same weight class, but I remember you being a welterweight, low 150s, high 140s. Is that still accurate?
Yes, 147.
Okay. So basically, for those who don't know the weight classes, if you've heard of Floyd Mayweather or Manny Pacquiao, that would be Chameir's weight class. Okay. I guess next question is, I believe this is going to be your second professional fight at the end of September?
Yes, it is my second professional fight.
Okay. And I guess when it comes to influences, there's your dad. Anyone else influence you, whether it be family, a boxer, or anyone in particular to go out there and do what you do?
My family, of course, they give me great support. Before my 2 children, I was the last male in my family. It's a lot of support from my family. There's a lot of different boxers I look at and that I learn from, the art of war, also kung fu and yoga. It's very poised and controlled. It's not necessarily saying put your arms down. It just means put your arms down until you need to defend yourself.
Gotcha. Okay. So what would you say are your favorite and least favorite parts about boxing?
Let's see. My favorite part of boxing is probably counters, being able to dodge and maneuver yourself around the opponent and catch them off guard. Okay.
So what would you go ahead, I'm sorry.
So like a chess match. I love a chess match. The ability to control yourself when your body's fight or flight instincts are at an all-time high.
Of course. So would you say you're more of a counter boxer, or would you still an aggressor too?
I'm still an aggressive too. I know how to put the pressure on. I know how to counter another counter fighter. I would say my knowledge base is all around.
Got it. Okay. What about your least favorite part about boxing?
Let's see. My least favorite part about boxing would probably be getting hit. Yeah, I don't. You want to punch somebody in the face, you don't want to get hit yourself. But it's always what you do next after that. So
Gotcha.
yeah, that would be my least favorite.
Okay. For some of these new guys that are thinking about boxing, or maybe they just started boxing, what advice would you share with them?
I would say that the fight starts with you. It starts in the gym. It starts at home. You have to train yourself and your mentality in order to bypass or to listen to those that are teaching you. You have to learn yourself. You have to instill it into yourself. And safety first. Always safety first.
Gotcha. Okay.
Protect yourself from other people.
Okay. And I know a lot probably goes through your mind right before a fight. It's maybe there's some nerves, some jitters. What do you think, and how do you feel before a fight?
Well, I have natural anxiety. It's part of the reason why I love to get in the ring. I'm always, jittery, but my mind, I'm mostly clear. I'm mostly clear. Once I feel confident in myself, I know that there's nothing else I can do until I see my opponent. So I try to clear myself and my doubts so that I can have the confidence to execute the moves and be able to do my best in the rounds.
Okay. Because they say boxing and just fighting in general is going to be mostly mental than it is physical.
Right, right, yes.
Okay. And when it comes to training, what do you do? What do you sacrifice, and what do you do to prepare for a fight?
Well, mostly I would say I sacrifice sleep.
Okay.
Um, yes, I do the basic calisthenics, jump rope, hand-eye coordinations. I practice a lot on my breathing techniques, staying calm, keeping my circulation going. One thing that's really comes in handy is my focus techniques and my coordination techniques. You have to be coordinated. Your hands have to match your feet. You have to throw weight. The best way that you know how. You can't just have yourself all everywhere. You have to be. If you're going to the left, your whole body goes to the left. You can't have your head going one way and your body going another way. Yeah, I get hot baths to get the inside and the outside of the body used to the intense heat that comes in the ring. Sometimes it feels like it gets about 200 degrees in there. Really a lot of adapting myself to what's going to happen inside of it.
Okay. I'm glad you shared that about taking hot baths, because this fight is actually outside, isn't it?
Yes, yes it is. And that humidity in South Carolina is no joke.
Right. Hopefully it might be a little. Probably not. It'll probably be still pretty hot, but maybe you catch a little bit of a fall breeze. Maybe. Hopefully.
Hopefully, or I just be used to the heat. I think that's how the cooks do it. They just go ahead and get used to the heat instead of stepping out the kitchen.
Gotcha. Okay, I like that. That's good. So I know when you're fighting, it takes time to remember things, because I remember my first fight. I don't remember most of it. Looking back now, I blacked out. But I remember my fourth fight, the last one I had. I actually heard you tell me up jab. So what would you say the transition from when you first started, competing to now, with what you could think about and hear and be aware of, as compared to how it was in the beginning?
Well, yeah, the awareness plays a lot of parts, especially when you've worked out so hard that your body is aching, but you have to ignore that because you have to keep it safe. At the same time, watching your opponent and watching your targets and defending yourself, that takes a lot of awareness. So I would say from the beginning, I'm more able to see more punches coming and to see more available chances that I can take. Being able to react faster shows you, the things that you can do. So it was my awareness has come far. You know, everybody can't see an overhand right. You know, it's coming out of your blind side. Nobody tells you, oh, you have to pay attention to your blind side. So it takes a lot of experience over and over again in practice to be able to ignore your body's fight or flight instincts and focus and control your body to do what it needs to do. But my awareness now I'm pretty sure it has doubled. You know, my awareness to my reactions, because you have to, just because you're aware of it and you can see it, doesn't mean you can react to it. A lot of people see a straight flush punch come to them, but they can't do anything about it. So it really comes to you being able to react to your awareness or the things that you can see, and always keep your eyes. Don't turn your eyes away, but always keep your eyes forward.
Got it. Okay. So, whether it be sparring or competing, there's times where you're going to get hurt, you're going to get tired. What helps you overcome those feelings to keep going forward?
Well, I'm tough and I'm consistent. You know, I've been knocked down, I've been down and out. You know, even way before I've gotten into the ring, I've been on my back. So I know what it takes to get back up. And I also would know what it takes not to fall down at all. So, it's just not an iron chin or a stone body. You know, sometimes you need that will or that knowledge to know that some punches you don't need to be hit by. You know, some things you don't need to go through. You know, you have to learn from the mistakes of other people that you see so that you won't have to make them yourself.
Okay. And then there's the flip side of things. You might be dominating somebody and it just seems too easy. What goes through your mind at that point?
Well, if I am if I'm sparring and I'm dominating somebody, I'll change, and I'll work on something else, because I'm sparring. I'm not trying to, give them brain damage, and nobody's getting paid for this. But if I'm in a fight, I take them out quickly. If you're dominating them, don't give them a chance to come back, because when you corner a rat or a raccoon, it can lash out at you. So you want to go ahead and get it over quick, because it's not over till it's over. A lucky punch can come from anywhere. So that's the best thing to do, is just to get it over with soon. Nobody wants to continue war if it can be ended in one day.
Got it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I guess what else would you like to share about boxing that maybe we didn't talk about?
Well, it's a long sport. There's days you have your teammates, of course, but it takes you. It takes you to build yourself, to get out of bed, to do that extra mile. Because if you don't, the next man, he's going to be in his mind. He wants to go. He wants to get it. You have to be consistent. You have to be passionate. You just can't go in here thinking that you're going to get $1, because that's just going to get you in the hospital, and they're going to take some dollars from you.
Right.
You have to know how to defend yourself, first off. Anybody can throw a punch. You might not throw the punch right, but anybody can throw a punch. Can't nobody always defend themselves. You have to keep your hands up and stay safe. Another thing is, be controlled, be poised. Know how to let your emotions and your energies flow, through your hands and your feet.
Okay. Now, when it comes to, a political side of things, I wanted to ask you a little bit about, the 2020 election. This is huge. It's quite a battle between the two guys, trying to be president. One wants to stay president, one wants to be president. And just in general, what would you like to see come out of the 2020 election? Anything you want to share?
I would like to see some structure. They're handling crisis, temporarily. But there's lack of structure. I say Trump, he tried. He did what he could do. He mostly just gave out money for us to help ourselves. But if you don't have structure, you don't know what to do with it. You're going to end up right back in the same hole. Which for America to be right back in the same hole is devastating. So I think it's time for him to give someone else a chance to see if they can build structure because you can't make nothing great without the structure or the foundation in order for it to be great. It comes a lot, not just helping the people financially. You got to be able to help the people help themselves financially. You can't do if somebody's getting free money, they just want to spend it. No investments or nothing like that, but they have to have some type of structure in order for us to build and all come together as one. As I say, you help someone else could help you.
Okay. When it comes to division, we definitely have a lot of that going on, whether it be racially, ethnically, faith, law enforcement, Black Lives Matter. What would you like to share on the divides going right now and how we could move forward and be better?
Like I was saying, structure, and structure starts from the bottom. So if we're looking at the political chart, even though the United States or the president has to listen to the people are the bottom. The people are the structure. They are the foundation. So first you have to start with them. Coming together. And first off, you have to stop with setting fire to the structure. If you have to disband some law enforcement, then you have to disband some law enforcement. But I would say military might is not going to do it. There's been shown of silver uprisings everywhere. And until they went to war and the war ended, nothing good came. So from that standpoint, us getting together and building, us getting together. If you're making a stand, what are you standing for? Right? You're standing for lives being protected, but at the same time, those lives aren't doing anything. Right? They're not even showing worth to themselves, other than assume every person is valuable. No one is less valuable than anyone else. But there's a value that you have to give your community, that you have to give your city, your state, even your family. You give them a value of support that you help them out with. And this is this value where we all come together and we all meet each other's needs. There wouldn't be no reason for us to be at each other's throats.
Got it. Okay. Back in March, we hit a global pandemic with COVID-19. What was your response to that? How did you feel when that all started? And how do you feel today?
I felt amazed. I was gagged. It was like gadzooks. Like, man, this is crazy. But I'm an herbalist, so I deal in a lot of herbs, a lot of natural healing, and immune boosting. So I was looking at the pandemic, and I realized, there's a lot of things in the government that the government already has supporting us that makes us acceptable to this pandemic. Even though this pandemic can be spread, it can be caught. The only thing that can defeat it is your own immune system.
Right.
But as you say, the main thing that's taking us down is a naturalness. Our foods that we eat. Our medications that we take. All of that plays a part into how we are. And then our main part is our lack of hydration. So for us to bring ourselves about to come up through this this COVID, I was like, man, it's crazy. Everybody need to eat right. Of course you can eat what you want to eat, but you got to get that out of you. Coming from a health standpoint, it can't sit in you, eternal poison. Just like medications, they helped you. Now it's time for them to get rid of. The only thing that helps to get rid of it, you stay hydrated. It comes in, you flush it out. But nobody pays attention to that. Everybody walks around. Everybody probably drinks less than 2 glasses of water a day. So I'm to myself. It's like no one's gonna listen to me. So I'm keeping myself and my family and my friends who will listen to me as safe as possible. No, you shouldn't do that. Before you do anything, you should drink an ample amount of water, because that's gonna get your body and secrete the right amount of chemicals in your body for your body to protect itself. So from there, I just started, thinking, contemplating increasing my fitness and my wellness at a yoga standpoint and a oneness standpoint to see if I could come together myself to help everyone else.
Got it. Okay. Now, how has everything that's been going on, since the beginning of the year affected your personal life and boxing life?
Well, it other than the essential job, it kind of messed the financial up, but that's all right. It gave me a chance to put my hands in the earth, grow a couple plants, the lettuce, cabbage, potatoes, all of that, a little farming here and there to keep it sufficient enough. And with my boxing, it kind of, dulled me down a little great bit, more focus on the children. But it helped with my education as well as theirs. When a child comes into this world, you have to adjust to it. It does not have to adjust to you. Right. So that helping me to reach another level of mentality, it slowed my boxing down, my runs and everything, but keeping my hands going, keeping my mind on it, my imagination going, it's keeping me focused in what I'm trying to do, so I just learning to split things up, have a schedule for things to break their way through.
Got it. Okay. Well, this just leaves me with my last question, Chameir. Is there anything that we didn't talk about or that I didn't ask that maybe you want to share to close it out?
I will be fighting September 26th. I have some memorabilia for this fight, masks, t-shirts, things to show my name, put my name out there. Let's see, that's mostly it. I think everybody should follow their passion, whether it be political, whether it be a talk show like you and your comic shows, they're amazing. That I add. And I think, during these times, everybody should find their calling. Don't sit there and stress the days away, because it's not going to do nothing to make you more stressed. If you want to get out there and make a change and make a difference, get up there and get up and get out. Nothing's going to happen until you do it. The wheel won't turn on its own. And then take care of yourself. Stay healthy. Drink plenty of water, plenty of minerals, and just stay aware. Stay aware of what's going out and come together. Come together in everything that's happening that's around us right now. Because the best way to do is for everyone to come together. Cells can't turn into organs. Nothing can become great on its own for long. Sooner or later, you have to come together.
Got it. Okay, yeah, so that fight's going to be September 26th. That's, I believe, outside of the Hilton Garden Inn in Rock Hill. There'll be a ring outside, and you can come watch Chameir and quite a few others locally and from other parts of the country come and fight. Chameir, thank you for coming on today.
Thanks for having me.
Of course, man. I'm Chris Corrado, and now a word from our sponsors.